Hey everybody, welcome to another Game Changers. We are very excited to be joined by, of course, CMO of On-Court Off-Court, Kalindi Dinoffer. And now showing up for our second time, this is our second returning guest, Jorge Capestany. And
Everybody.
very happy to have you as well.
Thank you for having me, guys.
Thanks so much, Jorge, for coming on again, and Billy, as always, for hosting. I'm super excited about today. I would have to spill the beans. Jorge has some amazing pickleball drills and tips to share with us.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah, we had such a good time the first time, and we got to hear some of your backstory. So if you haven't seen the first episode with Jorge, make sure you see that. We get to hear a lot about his
Mhm.
backstory, about sweeping floors and working at court just to get court time, and what that turned into, and how he became kind of the drill master. And really, we left it at the end, getting to talk a little bit about obviously some of the tools you had with tennis and pickleball. And today, what we want to really focus on is kind of pickleball specifically, pickleball drills. And yeah, so thanks for joining again, Jorge.
Yeah. Well, thank you, guys, and appreciate it. So, yeah, let me tell you what I hope to accomplish today. I want to just basically talk to people. This is a pickleball talk, and I'm going to show you how I think if you do the right steps, you can get unstuck. Because I come from the tennis world, and there's plenty of tennis players that feel stuck, like the 3-5 level, I can't go up. Well, now that I've been doing pickleball, I feel basically the same thing. There's a lot of 3-5 pickleball players are like, why can't I play in that next group, man? I want to be a 4-0, or 3-0s that are dying to become 3-5. And I think I found some pretty interesting data that kind of can maybe help people move to that next level. So I want to do that. I just got a few PowerPoint slides to share. And then I want to actually show actual videos that you can do today with your buddy. So a little background. Most of you, if you heard the first time we were on, I'm a Cuban immigrant. I came from Havana, Cuba when I was little. I started tennis. I taught tennis, and I have this big tennis drills website, which is probably the biggest in the world, with 2,000 tennis drills and 134 courses. And I started hearing about 4 years ago from my tennis coaches that were subscribed to my site, asking if I would have pickleball drills. And at the time, I was like, well, I don't think so. I was never anti-pickleball. I kind of enjoyed it. But with each passing year, more and more people were asking. And last year, it's like, everybody's like, when are you going to have pickleball? So I decided we needed to do a pickleball drills website. I was going to put it on tennis drills, but everybody told me, don't put your pickleball drills on the tennis drill site. Pickleball wants to be its own. So that's kind of how we started. Now we have, I think, the largest pickleball drills website with over 430 pickleball drills,
Wow.
and about a
Amazing.
dozen courses. And Joe, your dad's in one of our courses. So if you don't mind, I'll start sharing my screen because I have some cool stuff to show you here.
Yeah.
Please do.
All right, let me make sure I pick the right one. Share screen. That's what I want. And this is the screen. Okay, so you probably see that up there on the slide, drill to get better. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay, so here's my theory. I'm just going to go through this real quick. So the number one wish of every pickleball player I've met is not different than tennis, is they want to get to that next level. They want to feel like they're not stuck. They're desperate to play with better players in the higher group. So that's one thing I know for sure. The tricky part is there's a misunderstanding about playing versus drilling, and which makes you better quicker. So my advice is always, in the beginning, you should play pickleball because you got to learn all the intricacies, the scoring, and all that stuff. But there's some data which I'll show you here that might show you that playing only isn't the fastest way to get better. And pickleball is quite different than tennis. In tennis, you don't get to play right away. A lot of times you need lots of coaching and several sessions before you can have fun playing. But pickleball, and this is the plus, I think, you can get to play pretty quickly. New players can probably be playing the sport like on their first time out and having fun. So that's a difference. And I think, it could backfire though. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. So let's just look at this concept of playing versus drilling in pickleball. So right now I'm going to go here and okay. So the average point in pickleball lasts about 9 shots. Okay, we have a course with Kalindi's dad on there. He did all the research, about 9 shots. Also, this is good news for pickleball. During the hour of play, the ball is live going back and forth for almost half, 26 minutes, which is great because check this out. In tennis, it's only like 11 to 12 minutes that the ball's actually going back and forth. So there's a lot of wasted time. But you can see there in pickleball, still over half the time that you're quote playing is dead time. You're not getting any touches on the ball. So if you look on the other side regarding drilling here, um, when you drill, assuming the drill is proper, you're going to probably get 45 minutes of your hour where the ball is going to be live and you're going to be hitting and hopefully improving. Additionally, you get more touches on the ball. That's a good phrase I want people to remember. And if you get more touches on the ball, you're going to improve faster. Okay, so one premise that I have is that a lot of people are playing pickleball only training they have is just to play the sport of pickleball. I go to live play, we play, and they don't know to drill, and that it never occurred to them, or they're like, yeah, I wish I knew, but I don't know what to do effective drill. So that's kind of that slide. So now what I want to show you here is this next one. Let's talk about what makes a good drill. Okay, so just drill ideas. Every drill you do should have a clear featured shot or featured skill. Like if you can't answer like this is clearly going to improve my dinks or this is really for my reset. So it has to have that at a minimum. Secondly, every good drill should have lots of touches on the ball. So if you're doing a drill for let's say overheads and then 5 minutes you hit 20 overheads, that's not very good. You need to hit hundreds of overheads or hundreds of dinks. So I have a phrase there at the end that I always say to my students is ball count matters. Ball count matters, man. You got, if Kalindi and I are both trying to improve, let's say our return, and she's doing something where every month she's hitting 1,000 returns, and I'm doing something, and every month I'm hitting 100 returns. It's not going to matter if I'm great. Eventually, that ball count is going to take over and really keep me pinned down. Okay, let's go to number 3 over here on the screen. Let's go, baby. Drill should be based in one of the 5 play situations. So I'm going to show you what those are, but really you can organize your pickleball game into these 5 areas that you will do, and I'll show you how to do that. I think of a drill as nothing more than a piece of a point. Just a piece of a point. So let's say the 4 of us were playing pickleball, and I serve, Kalindi returns, comes in, I hit my third shot, drop, I come in, and then there's a couple things in a volley and we miss. Okay, so there was 5 things that happened in that point. But maybe I say during that point, what I really didn't do that good is the dinks or the third shot drop, whatever it is. Then you say, okay, even though 5 things happen, I'm just going to take that one thing, let's say volleys, and I'm going to work on it, and I'm going to try to do something to give me tons of touches on the ball. Okay, so that's what a drill is. It's just nothing more than a pit. So also, I think it's important to start with the problem in mind. So you play, and every time you play, pickleball is talking to you. You're getting feedback. My serve wasn't good. Oh my gosh, I'm super tired. I can't dink all the time. All my dinks go in the net. I speed it up. Every time I speed it up, I eat it. So whatever it is that's talking to you, you got to think of your problem, and then you just go backwards. You say, okay, so I just played and I walked off the court and I was not that happy with my dinking game, for example. Well, then boom, I know that I'm going to come up with some dinking drills. All right. So, but a lot of people, they kind of do these drills and they're just not very purposeful. So these are some ideas. So we had mentioned the 5 play situations. So here's what they are. When you play pickleball, you do only one of these 5 things ever. You're never doing anything besides one of these 5 things. So you might be serving at that moment or returning or hitting ground strokes from the baseline or transitioning to the net and maybe hitting some volleys along the way or dinking, which is a big area. So if you just organize your game and kind of rate yourself, do an audit, like how is my serve compared to my overall game? How about my return, my ground strokes? Everybody will say, usually people can say, well, my best skill is whatever, dinking. I'm best at dinking and I'm weakest at returning or whatever it might be. That alone is a great worthy prospect because now you kind of organize your game and figuring out what to do. Okay, so those are the 5 play situations. And that's kind of how I organize this website and the drills that go along with it. So I think now, rather than me talking, I want to show people some drills. You're going to join me on the court, and I think it'll be pretty enlightening because I think we're going to see stuff that you can actually use. So let's go do that. Okay, now I gotta go here. All right, guys, so get my mouse to work here. If I did this properly, you should be seeing my website here.
Yep.
Now, we can talk about the website later and people can get some free stuff on here. But what I've done is I've taken all the drills from all these different types of categories, dink drills, return drills, and I put them all in a folder for today's talk. Okay. And that folder is called Game Changers. So I'm going to go here and open up the Game Changers folder. Now, I want to show you about 3 or 4 drills in each of these categories. So the first one I want to show you is serve tic-tac-toe, which is this drill. By the way, one of the cool things about the website is it has a printable diagram for each of these drills. So there's a diagram, but that's not going to tell you much. I'd rather show you inside this drill. So the way I like to do it is I'm going to mute myself and I'm going to talk over this so we can go faster. So you can do serve tic-tac-toe. Let me just pause right here. You see in the ground here, I have a tic-tac-toe game set up, right? I have a team of 3 and a team of 3. It could just literally be me versus my buddy, or 2 versus 3, whatever. So the idea of the game is the players will come up and serve, and if they make their serve, then if they make their serve, they get to start playing tic-tac-toe for their team. If they miss their serve, they just go to the end of the line. So let me go a little more forward. Oh, by the way, you'll notice what I did here. These are pretty good players. So not only am I requiring that they make the serve in the proper area cross court, but I want it to go past that depth line. Now, if I'm working with beginners, I might not have the depth line. I just might say, hey, anywhere in that whole giant box. But there's pretty good players. And I can make it even smaller, the target. So you'll see here in a minute, they're going to start going. All right. And watch what happens is she made it and he made it. So now they both get to play ping. You see how they're playing tic-tac-toe? You'll be surprised how many times people mess up the tic-tac-toe, actually. Okay, watch this, and bam, stop, okay? So that team quickly won, okay? What I noticed in this example, it was pretty easy for them. So if this is a pretty good group, I might have to make smaller targets. But then they would just reset, and then they play another game to the other side. So imagine you and your friend doing this. Okay, see what I did here? This is the second version, and now I'm making that target a lot smaller. So now when this game begins, you're going to see there's more errors, right? It's a tougher box, and over here I made that little target area. So let's go forward, and this is a more advanced version, and here they go. So you see, they already missed. There's my wife Marty, she made it, he made it. So then they start playing that tic-tac-toe game, and it's just a clever way to practice. Um, and it's kind of competitive, which I really like. And there's a scoreboard, there's a competition. So that's the first one I wanted to show you. You can literally do it with just a couple of people. Now, there's another one in this thing called serve number. By the way, serve number looks like this. We're going to take the return area and break it into 6 pieces. Okay. So 6 little target areas, if you will. So let's go to serve number and watch this baby. So I'm going to jump forward in this drill. You can see right here, I'm kind of lighting up. Let's let that play. Where was I? Yeah, right here, I'm lighting up the serve targets. 2, there's number 3. Play it, Jorge. And then number 4. So obviously one set of targets is in the even side, one's in the side. But that's basically the serve targets. Now, I could divide this into 4, so they're slightly bigger. I could divide it into even more targets. Just depends on, the skill level of my player. So this one's called serve number, and it's basically an audit. So what's going to happen is these 2 players, and you should do this. Everybody here should know your serve number. You're going to go back and watch how I do this. I'm going to go and try to hit all of those serve targets. And so let me just back up to here. My goal here is to try, so I got it. I got 1, and now I get to move to area 2, and I missed it. So I got to go again to area 2. I have 1 fault. Okay, got that one barely. Okay, and then I go to area 3, and I'll pause. Basically, what you're trying to do is see how many balls it'll take you to hit all 6. So a perfect game would be 6. Okay, so let's just see what I do here. And this could be fun just for yourself or with a buddy. There, I left it short, right? So there I got some gas, but I already hit 5 serves to get to 3. And then I would go to number 4. I think I continue, so let's just watch. You'd be surprised. This is really obviously The power, the fact that I made it go past the line is for power. Here I'm on a roll. I got those last two. Come on, Jorge. Let me see what I get here. Got it. So on this side, I went one, two, three. But over here, it took me five. So my game would be eight. It's not eight or nine I got. And then you can just do several games and test yourself. So a certain number is not only, I always like to have a depth target here. Like you could say, well, it could go all the way up here technically, but I want it to be deep. And then that's another clever game that you can practice your serve. Again, by yourself, you can have a buddy do this. I like to do it with a buddy and compare scores. It's always a little more fun, I think. So that's a serve drill that you can do. And then there's another one in here called serve horse. So serve horse, we're going to keep using those same targets, but now it's definitely a competition. So here's what it looks like. I get rid of that and I'll make this big. We're going to jump a little bit forward in the game. So you can see that I got three guys here competing in serve horse. This comes from basketball. It's the same game. So I call six and then I hit to six and then I got it. So that means the guy behind me or the girl behind me has to now hit it. And if they don't, they get the letter H and they start spelling the word horse. Now you lose when you spell the word horse. Okay, so you're trying to, but there's a little bit of pressure and you're playing with another person. There's other people watching. So watch, he's going to six and he got it. So now the burden goes to this guy and he's got to go to six and he missed. So there's an error. And now the next gentleman, he has the letter H, by the way. The next gentleman gets to call. He's got a blank slate, right? And he's going to call four, but he missed it. So no harm, no foul, no letter. Here comes this guy. He gets a free court because the previous guy missed it. He's going to call, what's he call here? He called one and he goes for it, but he missed it. All right, so no problem. Here comes Jorge. I call three and I nailed it. So now the person behind me has to get three. So this is just, he did. Let's see if this guy can match it. And he did. Look at it. Everybody's doing it. Last guy, he has to copy three. Will he do it? Yeah, those guys are on fire for three. Okay, so that's another little clever game that's for accuracy and for serving, which is can never do enough of those. But let's talk a little bit about return of serve. So there's a game here called Depth Returner. Let me find it. Depth Returner. I have it in here somewhere. Maybe it's up higher. Yeah, here it is.
Serve drills for him.
Yeah,
Very
it's
fun.
really. I've always had a knack for making it creative, making it fun, and if there's a little bit of a competition, it's really helpful. So depth
I
return.
also like how you have just everything laid out, like the printable thing
Yeah,
here, and then
yeah,
also the camera angle just makes total sense. Like it's really clean and
yeah.
easy to
So
follow.
luckily for me, I have one employee, and he's a editor. He's a full-time editor, full-time employee for me. He's an editor and a filmer. So that's why, because 90% of what I put out is film. So here's depth returner. What's going to happen is it can be a one-on-one drill. It can be two people on a team playing one. It can be up to six players if you want. But look at these zones on the left. I got zone one, which is the kitchen. Zone two, which is, it here, in zone three, we're a little deeper. Okay, so the way we score this is, by the way, the server will serve and the returner will hit the return. And based on how deep they hit it, if they hit it into the kitchen, it's only worth 1 point, you see, right there. But if they hit it in zone two, as I call this zone two, they get 2 points. If they hit it really deep in zone three, they get 3 points. So that's the drill. Now, the reason I have diagrams is because people watch this and they want to print it and go to the court with them, and they have it, it's easy, and they can easily do the drill. So let's watch this drill in live format here. So I'll jump out so we can talk a little bit. I'm just showing, the zone one, that's the one. If the returners make it here, it's only going to be worth 1 point because it's not very deep. Zone two, you get extra points for there because it's a little deeper. And obviously, this is where the return should be. It's always best practice to hit the return as deep as you can. So let's just see what they get here. This young man's going to serve. We'll put him on the spot. Let's see what he gets. All right. Boom. So that was a three. See how that return went deep? Here's my wife, Marty. Wrong half. Okay. Here's me serving to this person. She returns it. Wrong half. Okay. Here comes, missed serve. So he gets to do it over. Um, or if I was keeping score, I would give this guy points for that. So watch me now. I return. This Jordan guy is a pretty good player. And let's see, he's really good. I'm trying to keep it. Oh, I wailed on it. But he still got a 3. Okay. So you're getting instant feedback. This is a 3. Those guys are pretty good. The people I had this day to film were decent. That's a 3. They're on fire right now. Most returners do not land in 3. There's my wife Marty. She hit a net, so no points for that. Here's another one, 3. So here's one last one, miss return. Okay, so you can see that's a good way to measure your return, and by having a little competition where you're kind of competing against the other side, that's really helpful and a good one. So there's one more return one called Death Returner. Yeah, Dice Returner. I love Dice Returner. So Dice Returner, I'll play it right here. So let's first show you something. We take the court. Okay, this is a returner over here, and we give them zones. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so those are the target areas in the various zones. We know that we generally want to hit deep, but we're going to incorporate a dice in this game. So I'll show you how it looks like on the court. Okay, dice returner, let's play you. Let's get you big here. So basically, I'm showing you this to the people, and I'm showing what the target areas are, right? So when I roll the dice, if the dice comes up 3, that means my wife here, Marty, she has to roll the ball or hit a return into target area 3. So it's really a competition. If she does that, if she hits it there, then she gets the point. And if not, then I get the point. So we're not even playing out the rallies. We're just all about the serve and the return here. So look at the scoreboard. It's 0-0, Marty versus Jorge. I'm going to roll this dice. Let's fast forward. What do we get? 3. Okay, so you'll see we're light up 3 here. That's her target area. And I'm going to serve, trying to serve kind of hard so she doesn't get it in there, right? Let's see if she scores. If she hits it, out. So I'm up 1-0 on the scorecard. All right, you can play a whole game this way. There's lots of data to show that the serve and the return need extra practice, so this game does that. So now it came up 5. So you see the target area there? It came up 5. I'm going to hit it. Notice I'm up 1-0 still. I'm still ahead 1-0. And bam, and now she hits it, and another error. So I jump up 2-0. Let's go a little forward in this game. This is 3 again. I'm up 2-0. Is she on fire? And she got it. So now she gets on the scoreboard with 1. And I usually play, here's 6. We'll just watch one more. Okay, 6. And bam. And there's a return. And she hit it. Oh, just barely out. That could have been an illegal call. We'll see. So that one, I guess I wanted to win that game pretty bad. So that one is another one that kind of focuses on the return, and it's a little game of dice, which is kind of luck. Most of the time when we do that drill, people will find like, man, they'll discover like I'm really no good when I try to return to this area. They'll have like a problem area. But really, as a returner, you want to be able to put the ball wherever, generally deep, but sometimes you want to hit it short and cross court because the other person doesn't move very well. So you should be able to hit all the targets. Okay, let's go away from here now and start working. The second, we covered serves now. We covered return. The next play situation is baseline play or ground stroke play. And the drill I want to show you is third shot dropper, which is this one here. So what's going to happen in third shot dropper is you play it cross court. The server right here serves, this person returns and comes in, and then the server gets to work on their third shot drop, which we all know is like one of the critical, most important shots, right? So that's the competition that they're going to do. So the drill, third shot dropper, let's open that baby up, and let's make it big, and let's just go to here. So there's the serve, there's a return, and he's trying to land it right in this kitchen. I stopped it, but let's see. Bam, he did. So he just scored a point. So that's successful. All right. And you'll notice he kept playing it out, but I don't want him to play it out because I'm after touches on the ball, right? If we start playing, we're going to get all kinds of other shots. But the focus of this, okay, is the third shot. Does he get it? Does it drop? She intercepted it. So I would say no points, okay, because he hit it too far where she could intercept it. Okay, there's the serve. Here comes my wife, Marty. Does he drop it? Oh, yes. So he gets another point. All right, so you can see I have a line of people. This could be done easily with 2 people. I've done it with my friends. Or you can do it. There's another one. Oh, he got it. All right. So you don't play out the point. but you just practice third shot drops in high rep. Remember what I said about ball count matters. This is the perfect drill. If you think your third shot drop is no good, this drill in an hour's time, you'll get hundreds of practice on it. But if you play for an hour, you're probably going to hit dozens versus hundreds of third shot drops. So that's the whole idea of what I'm trying to convey today. Okay, let's do another one here from the baseline. Ground stroke. This one is this one here, Romanian ground strokes. So real quick, I forgot to show the diagram. So this is two players, and they're going to be moving left to right across the baseline. It's all about depth. One of the biggest challenges for people in the pickleball is they don't hit it with enough depth, and then they invite the opponent inward. And now, if they get to the line, their chances of winning the point go up to 80%. So depth is key. I have these little lines on the court. Usually, I call those my depth lines. But let's just actually see the drill in action. Romanian ground strokes right here. So I think this is my wife, Marty, and I think I have her going with my daughter. So you can see that they're going to just be going in opposite directions as they hit. Those yellow lines are the depth lines. Okay, so watch what they do cooperatively. Oh, hit the line right away. So let's jump forward. They're going to be moving while the rally's alive across the net. It's really a rather advanced drill because if you don't hit it in the right direction, then you're not moving your partner from left to right. So I put some little targets down there to the middle, and now Carly, my daughter, in the bottom should be pushing. Yeah, and then Marty should get to the middle now. Okay, and you see it's kind of tough, but they're hitting with depth, and they got a kind of a challenge. You think this is not a drill for 3-0 or under. I think this is pretty challenging. Most people won't hit it hard enough, and they don't have the directional control. So if you try this drill and it totally flops, it's probably that they're not ready for it. So always trying to lead. You're almost cooperative in this drill. So if I'm playing with Kalindi, she feeds me the ball from the corner. I send it to the middle. Next time I send it to the other corner so that she can keep moving. Here, I just taught them that. You'll see they do a little bit better. There's my daughter pulling her wide. Here's the middle. Here's the middle. Here's wide. Now way cross court by my daughter. You see how they got the hang of it? But it took them a while, right? And they're pretty good athletes. So that one is called Romanian ground strokes. You just move it side to side. And the last one I'll show you in this family of baseline, let's get it back here, is called drives and drops. It's turned out to be one of my favorite ones because it helped me personally a lot. So this is two-person drill. If you have buddies, they can share this other side. But basically, the baseliner alternates between driving and dropping, so you get that back and forth practice. So here's what it looks like in real life. So we go here, boink, make it big. We'll go past the explanation. So right here, this gentleman in the baseline, he's going to drive, and then the next one he's going to drop. He's going to drive and a drop. And the two players are semi-cooperative. I don't want this guy hitting it cross court or putting it away. And watch what happens here for my baseliner. There's the drive. There's a drop. Okay. Oh, this guy did not know to keep playing, but he does now. Okay. So you keep the ball going if you can. There's a drive. Okay. There's a drop. Okay. And then he should drive this one. Bam. And he should drop the next one. So
That's a great drill.
yeah. And I tell you, when I first did it, I was like, I was getting better like right
Yeah.
away because this is a very common thing that you might want to do in pickleball. Drive one, drop one, drive one. So just to set up a drill where it gives you tons, like in this drill, in a matter of 3 minutes, you're going to hit like third shot drops probably 30 or 40.
Yeah.
We get back to that crux of the problem is like most people that want to work on their third shot drop, what do? Well, I got to go play with my friends, and they play actual pickleball, and they don't get critical mass. They don't hit that ball count matters thing. So this is a really clever one that I like because honestly, it helped me. This is one of the drills because I haven't been playing pickleball forever. I've got some bad knees, so when I play, I want to play good and I want to get better so I can improve myself. Okay, so now we've covered serves and returns and baseline. I want to talk a little bit about transition volleys and so when you transition, you're going to be hitting volleys or approach shots. So there's a couple drills here. One is called crash, so it's this one. So this game crash, you generally play at cross court, and basically both players start back and then they crash the net, and along the way they're going to get some probably nasty volleys, but which is good, or transition volleys, whatever it might be. So let me go to where we set it up. Okay, so Yeah, so let me back this up a little bit. So what's happening is there are two independent games going on here. These two people are playing straight ahead, and these two are playing it straight ahead. Now, sometimes I play it cross court, sometimes I play it straight ahead. So let's just back up and look at the beginning of this next point right here on the right here. This is my daughter and Brett. They feed, they come in, and they have to go forward. They're just starting basically in a bad position, right in no man's land, if you will, and then they back up. So it's a two-ball drill. The first one they start way back, and then for the second ball they start on the yellow line, and then they'll go back. Like watch my friend here; he's all the way back, and then they come in. That was a nasty feed. So let's watch my daughter over here with my wife on the left. Okay. Oh, coaching moment. Let's go past that. Let's go past the coaching moment. You want to, all right. And here we go to the players again. Okay, there's my daughter and wife on this side, and they're coming in. I want them to come in. Marty should be coming in more. Get in, Marty. That's my wife in the yellow. Come on, baby, get in there. Um, okay, so you had to defend. So all this stuff, there was a reset, there was a half volley, there was a third shot drop, all in this drill. It just gives you tons of reps in the transition area. And I think transition is a major area. Let's talk about 7-11, another great one. I learned this from some fellow coaches. 7-11 is one person at the baseline and one person up here on the line. And the person on the line is working on keeping this person back. Okay. As long as I hit it, my shot past that depth line, the baseliner can't come in. And I'm going to be trying to lean in and take more balls out of the air like the pros do. So it's called 7-11. I'll show you real quick the view. I think we'll go fast forward here. All right, so this is my wife and daughter again, and they're midpoint, but let's just watch how this plays. Oh, baby, what a point. Of course, this will be the longest point ever in midpoint. Okay, so Marty must have won that point, so she's up 1-0. All right, so what'll happen here in a minute, Marty will feed. In this game, the baseline or the net player always feeds. Let's go up here. If you are both at the net, it's a 50-50 chance of winning. But if you can keep the other person back, it's 80-20. I'm up, you're back, I'll win 80% of the time. So that's the key. This depth line is crucial in this game because I want my net person to learn to keep. Right now, Marty has an advantage. And so many times in pickleball, this net guy just hits shots that totally invite the other team up. So your advantage is gone. So here's the second point. Okay, Carly is trying to hit third shot drops or whatever she might need to do. And then the point is live. In this example, we're playing skinny, just straight ahead on half a court. There's a third shot drop. Marty hit it deep, though. She's pinning her back. So this is really good. Tons of coaching moments right here. Notice how I'm close to Marty. Excuse me. Most of the time when I'm coaching the net player, and my big thing is, don't leave it short, keep him back. And just a scoreboard. Oh, look at this. All right. Mother daughter duking it out right there. All right, so that one there is cool. It's called Crash. And one more, Tug of War is one of my favorite. This is another one that I do when I work out for fun with my family. Marty, myself, my brother, or my son-in-law. Tug of War, it can be a one-person game or one-on-one, or it could be a doubles game. But basically, the people at the net are playing against the people back. So let me just show you Tug of War. I'm showing it here with, I think, just two people. So if it's two people, it could be on a half a court. So here's the tricky part. Tug of war means both players start with a score of 5. Okay, so if the net player, whoever's up at the net, feeds the ball, and they have to feed it friendly, and then the point is live. So the baseliner can rip it, they can lob it, they can hit a third shot drop, anything goes. So what'll happen? See how up here in the scoreboard it says 5-5. So the net player feeds it, and whoever wins gets to stay at the net. Okay, but see that we just completed that point, and Doug over here lost, so he goes back, and this guy comes up, and now the score is 6-4. So it was 5-5, now it's 6-4. And let's see what happens on this next point. So remember, the net person feeds. Okay, he's up 6-4. Here's the feed. Anything goes. Doink, blank. You play it out. Okay, Doug has worked himself in. That's fine. Okay, this gentleman won again, right? So now the score goes to 7-3. If he wins again, it'll be 8-2, 9-1, etc. First person to get to 10 wins the game. But if the net person loses, like he did there, now he goes back and the score reverts to 6-4. So this little tug of war here. So the fun part of this game, besides setting up tons of volley practice, reset practice, third shot drop practice, is it sets up a little pressure, because if it's ever 9-1, let's say I'm playing Kalindi, I have 9 and you have 1. I say 9-1 and I feed it. If I don't win the on match point, if I don't convert, it doesn't go 8-2. It resets to 5-5. So even though I have game point, I have extra pressure, and that's fun. You should see how people freak out.
Yeah,
I'll say, oh,
that's a good
don't miss
one.
this one, big pressure, and then they lay an egg. So the scoring system in that one is pretty fun. I play this straight ahead with my wife. We play it doubles. It's kind of like a warm up game. When we go, we'll just play a game of doubles tug of war. Sometimes the game never freaking ends because, I'm up 7, now I'm down 4-6, and it goes back and back and forth. So that's a possibility. Okay, last one we haven't talked about, guys. The final play situation, number 5, is dinking. All right, so obviously dinking is a huge thing. I'm going to show you Romanian dinks. Romanian dinks, you saw already. Let's see where we are here. You saw Romanian ground strokes. This is Romanian dinks, which is right here. So it's basically they're going across, but now they're close. So let's close that and let's watch Carly and Marty here doing Romanian dinks. It's dinking with a purpose and with direction. So you see how I have these little targets and see how they're kitty corner to each other. So they start moving, and they're moving opposite directions along the kitchen line. Okay, see how Marty's pushing it and Carly's pushing it out there. Now they start coming back, and they start moving the other way. Okay, this is a game that 3-0s can do, but it's tough. 4-0s or 3-5s can do it pretty good. But it's a lot of dinking practice while you're on the move. So you're hitting cross-court forehands, inside-out forehands. You don't really know what you're going to get. There's a cross-court backhand for Marty. But if that was a forehand, it'd be an inside-outer. And as soon as the ball goes out of play, you just play. And no worries, starting on the ball. And it's a great, clever way to warm up some people and to get a lot of dink practice. Most dink practice honestly happens how? You get straight ahead from your buddy and it's like 0.0 movement. So you don't have to move at all. So this is a better version, I think, called Romanian dinks. Okay, Carpa dinkum. This is a cool one because it's a competition. All right, so see how this goes. You're basically going to use the kitchen line, and you're going to go only the person that moves or loses rotate. So let me just show you here. This one is another one of my favorites. So Carpa Dinkum, let me just go. So I'm demonstrating here with Jordan. Okay, we're gonna go dink rallies only, and the first 4 balls have to land in the kitchen, and then it's live. But it is cross court only right now. Okay, 3 in the kitchen, 4 in the kitchen. Now anything goes. I can. Oh, but I blew it. So since I am the person that lost the point, only the person that loses moves to the other side. Okay, so you'll see that. So I got these 2 gentlemen playing. There's 4 dinks in. Now anything goes. It might continue dinking. He sped it up. Now, okay, so this gentleman won. So this guy is the one that moves. Now they go straight ahead. Okay, so we're going to get all kinds of alignments here. Now it's a straight ahead game. First 4 in the kitchen. Okay, mistake before the 4. So he lost. Guess what? He moves again. So now he's back to the original lineup. Okay, so eventually, if the other guy loses, this guy lost again. All right, so he keeps moving. And the idea is that you play competitive dinks and that you make a goal. He lost this time. He hit it past the kitchen before 4. So now he moves. So if you do it right, you're playing cross court this way, straight ahead. Sometimes I'm hitting inside out backhand. Sometimes I'm hitting cross court. You get a little bit of everything. I used to have the first version of this was only dinks, but good players would just dink for hours and then never miss. So it wasn't very fun. So the rule that I'm teaching these guys is the first 4 balls have to be in the kitchen. Then after that, anything goes. You can speed it up, you can lob it, you can do whatever you want. But I want them to show me that they can do 4 good dinks in the row. Okay, so that one is fun, one of my favorite ones. And then the last one I'll show you for dinking that's just simple. It's called battle cones. This was really kind of fun, clever thing. You could do it with 2 on a court, 4 on a court. I've done it with 6 on a court. But basically, I show you the drill. What happens is Get my mouse over here. All right, so battle cones. Let's go here and let's go there. And what's going to happen is you'll notice that in front of the players, there's three cones. They each have three cones in front of them. I got to kind of turn upside down. You see them there. And what's going to happen is your opponent across the net from you will have the same thing, right? If you hit one of your opponent's cones, you capture it, and then it comes over to your side. So let's say, okay, Marty just captured one. So now Marty has 4 cones. Carly has 2. All right. If Marty captures all the cones, she wins the game. But Carly has a bigger target area, right? And it gets harder for Marty. Oh, now Carly grabbed one back. Even if it has 2 cones, you only can take 1 cone per time. So now they're back to 3 cones each. And I can move those cones to different areas. Okay, Marty gets that cone, so she captures it. Now she's back to 4-2. And this can go back on for forever. Let's just watch one more thing. Who's going to get it? Oh, Carly gets, so it's back and forth you go. And it's pretty clever. And having the fact that you can have a little competition is always fun. Competition and scoring, I think, is what makes drills not boring, to be honest with you. So there you have it, guys. We have covered about 14 drills so far. I hope, here's my goal. I hope that some of these ideas, like, oh man, I can do that. I think I'll go do that one. But you don't have to do them all. But think of what you need. If you're like, I really need work on my dinks, try one of the dink drills. I try to show stuff here that was mostly for 2 people because the site has hundreds of that are for coaches too, running with up to 6 people. But what I was going to show you guys is, besides what you learned here today, I'm going to just go here and open this in incognito because there is a bunch of free stuff that I want to show you. So if you go to Pickleball Drills HQ, without logging in, you can see right here, there's a button that says free pickleball drills. And if you click that button, it'll literally are drills that you can watch right now. You don't have to give me your email. There's no credit card. You can just go watch them and get some ideas right there. Also on that homepage, if you say, I kind of like it, this is a subscription website, but you can do a trial. For $1, you get 10 days free. And during that time, you could go, I'll just show you where you could go. You can go in the lab and see 12 different pickleball courses, or you can go to all these areas. There's 400 plus. Here's 100 volley drills, 105 just in that category. If you say, well, what do you have for, dink drills? Dink drills is another 82. So you put them all together, it's quite a big offering. But that's it. I'm super glad that you guys had me. I hope that I was a pretty good advanced tennis player in my day. I'm a little older now, so this is my pickleball journey. I'm starting out. I still think I can get better, and all these things are coming back to me on how to get better. I want to get better too. Like, I don't want to waste time and go out there. I can't put in a 4-hour pickleball day. It's too much for me. So when I do go out for a couple hours, I want to make sure I play, but it's not just play, because I want to improve certain areas. So I'll zip it and see what you guys think.
Much, Jorge. That was awesome. And yeah, I love it. It's very clear that it's very authentic to you and what you're exploring on your journey to improve, and then are excited to share with others. And yeah, I'm so glad that you've expanded into the pickleball world to share your awesome creative drills. And yeah, to everyone watching, I love your last tip, Jorge, of just thinking, it can be overwhelming. I think watching these webinars where it's like, oh my gosh, so many tips. Oh no, I don't know what to do. But just like pick one drill, pick, just what's the area you most need the improvement on. I really liked how you put that, Jorge. And then, pick one of the drills from the webinar today. And if for, a bonus thing, go check out the free drills page for more. And we always love having you, Jorge. So thanks so much for sharing your tips.
No problem, guys.
Creativity with us.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I hope you all get better and find some ideas that you can actually get better. But that would be my warning. I've seen this on the tennis side and the pickleball. People wanting to get better aren't doing the best use of their time. They think they are, but they only know to play, and it doesn't occur to them to drill. You can Google Ben Johns, and he says the pros mostly drill. In the beginning, you play so you can learn the games and strategies, but then it's super important to get touches on the ball. And playing just doesn't do as good of a job of that as drilling does.
Yeah, I love it. And like I said earlier, I really love the layout, the structure, the navigation. It's easy to find. the topics you want. I'm kind of the tech geek of on court, off court. And so I even noticed like the video player that you're using works really good on mobile devices. So I know
Yeah.
people, if they brought their phone, it'll work really great with that. So I can just tell everything's just really top notch in the video quality, and you just done a really great job with everything.
Yeah, I'm pretty pumped about it. Like even the playlist feature, I created a playlist for us today, but every
Yep.
single one of the drills, I'll just show you some. In the playlist, our subscribers can make endless number of playlists. Lisa's favorite serve drills, Ken's favorite forehand drills. You can make this is all part of it. You can just say, "Oh, I really like that one. I want to remember it," and you either add it to a playlist or create a new playlist. You can see I have a whole
Yeah.
bunch of playlists in mine.
Yeah, I think it's great because you could literally like from home be like, okay, this is what I need to work on, get a review of it, and then you have it in a simple playlist. So when you go to the court, you just pull it up real quick, get a fresh reminder, and
Yep.
yep,
Yeah, like you said, it's all mobile friendly, so I
yeah,
use it all the time in the court. Sometimes I bring the players over. I go, "Hey, just check this out," and I show it to them, and it's exactly what they're going to be doing, and they get it better. So,
yeah, that's
yeah,
fantastic. Well, Jorge, this is
well, cool
great. Yeah, and
guys.
I just want to encourage everyone, if you're watching this, head over to pickleballdrailshq.com. And from there, you can either start your free trial or you can get some of those free pickleball drills. And so Jorge's the guy. If you want to drill, you want to get better, you're not going to find anybody better than this guy is at drilling these things. So we just really thank you for taking the time to share. And, this is definitely, you're definitely the expert in this. And we're really just grateful to have you on our show.
Well, I appreciate it, guys, and thanks for having me.
Thanks so
Awesome.
much, Jorge. Thanks, Billy.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thanks everyone again for watching another Game Changers. Make sure you head over to ococgamechangers.com to watch more episodes like Jorge's first episode. And thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next episode of Game Changers. Thanks, everybody.